In Southeast Queens, many residents are fired up about what's happening at Roy Wilkins Park. They've been packing community meetings for months now, angry about alleged mismanagement. There have been emergency town halls about the recreation center, and activists want the beloved park to be returned fully to the Southern Queens Parks Alliance. Joining us now is James Johnson. He's a community activist who's been front and center at all of the town halls. Good to have you back. We had you here last year to talk about this very issue. I told you I wanted an update. So you do have an important update, and it's about returning the ownership to the Alliance.
Yes. So Southern Queens Park Association reached an interim agreement with New York State Parks Parks Agency, and it's a step in the right direction. In December, we asked for New York State Parks to give us something in writing. We wasn't just going to go off of good faith, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. We don't have everything we want, but it's something to the community. If we didn't have the community activate and advocate the way they've been, we wouldn't have got to this step, because Parks didn't want to negotiate at all with this sole concession agreement later down the line, but the interim agreement. So it's the community that did this.
So what does this interim agreement mean?
So pretty much it's a temporary lease, right? 5 years was announced today, but it's, you can now have some kind of revenue. SQPA can now have revenue in the park. They can bring their kids outside, not having bureaucracy. Right. Parks is going to work with them every week, every month, to make sure that they're getting the actual events that SQPA wants to have in the park. So there's no miscommunication in the situation as far as red tape. So it's not going to go to Manhattan to do a permit anymore, right? And so more importantly, nonprofits now can utilize and do permits through SQPA again. That's the major thing we're talking about.
Without all the bureaucracy, so, which is what had everyone fired
So if you're
up.
Springfield Rifles, or if you are the Metro Eagles, you could do a permit now through Southern Queens Park Association for the past 2.5 years. That stopped, but now it's back, and that's why we are Black Managed Park, the only Black Managed Park in New York City.
Okay, and let's talk about the recreation center. You have an update on that too.
So since November 10th, there was no heat in the building. Crumbling infrastructure, it was, pipes, corroded pipes showing. And so after that meeting, 400 people showed up, and Parks got right to it and started to do those cosmetic things that need to be done. It's a step in the right direction, but we shouldn't have to yell and holler to have basic services, right? We have more tax. We pay more taxes in Southeast Queens than some other place in the city, right? That's the budget of the city. And our services don't match the property taxes that go out of our pockets.
But you're also a high voting district.
We're the #1 in the state, right, for Black middle class homeowners. Black middle class in general, right? We are the #1 in the state. So we have mayoral races, we have all these comptroller races coming up. This should be the hot ticket item. When you come to Southeast Queens, sign up with us, say, hey, we want Southern Queens Park Association to be in the new facility. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. I want to say we reached out to the City Parks Department late. We haven't yet heard back. We got 20 seconds to talk about the new facility.
So it's a new $147 million facility that's coming to the park, right? Some people are saying, why are there two rec centers being, in the same place? So we have the old charter school, we have the charter school model, and we have the DOE model. Crumbling infrastructure, broken bathrooms, right? But then you build a new charter school that has all the bells and whistles. What do you think you're going to send your kids to? So there should be no reason why Southern Queens Park Association is not in that new rec center. That Parks has not had a conversation about it. They haven't committed anything about it. So that's the next level of this issue that we're doing with Roy Wilkins Park, right? The new facility is going to be having the same exact services that the existing facility has. So it's going to be a competition, and it shouldn't be. Southern Queens Park Association needs to be in that new facility, no ifs, no ands, no negotiations. We've been here 50 years, right? So that's where we are. That's where the community is. And more importantly, Cheryl, the community is activated. Elders, they remember when Solomon Goodrich was here, and they should name Solomon Goodrich the new center. They should name it after him. He was the founder of SQPA.
Okay, well, we're going to stay in touch on that as well. Community activist James Johnson, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.